Erica, welcome back to Maniacal Reader. Today I am doing a book talk on winter. This is the fourth and final book in the Lunar Chronicles series. There's no question that there's going to be spoilers. If you haven't read the final book in the Lunar Chronicles series, I suggest you go read the book and then come back and watch this video. At the beginning of the book, one of the first scenes has Captain Thorn driving Kai back to Earth, since he's supposed to be Emperor of the Commonwealth. During this ride back to Earth, Captain Thorn and Kai have a conversation. Kai asks Captain Thorn about his relationship with Chris, and he makes it clear that he does love Chris, but he still thinks that he's not good enough for Chris. Kai encourages him to be the heroic, strong character that's worthy of loving Chris. Captain Thorn doesn't really know what to make of that, and he makes a joke about this being a therapy session. I loved this scene between them. It sounds like Captain Thorn and Kai have developed a strong friendship, and I like those two interacting. This scene actually proves outright that Captain Thorn loves Chris, so I really loved this scene. Near the start of the book, we also learn that Winter does have feelings for Jason, and Jason has been Winter's guard since the beginning. It looks like Winter secretly likes Jason, but she's never had the courage to do anything about it. Jason also fiercely wants to protect Winter. He might have feelings for her as well. I'm gonna jump further ahead in the story. I really liked when Cinder jumped into the lake when Lavanna and her men were attacking. I didn't know if Cinder was going to die when she jumped off the lake or what, but I'm glad that Captain Thorn and Jason eventually rescued her. I also liked the fact that this book started right where the previous one left off. Cinder and the gang decide to actually go to Luna when Kai convinces Queen Lavanna to have their wedding on Luna. Cinder secretly wants her on Luna so that she can bridge a peace between Earthens and the rest of the people on Luna. Surprisingly, Queen Lavanna agrees, not knowing what Cinder is up to. Cinder actually plans to start a revolution to take down Queen Lavanna, and she hopes that the people of Luna as well as the people of Earth will band together to stop her. I liked her growth in this book. I was really proud of Cinder when she decided to start a revolution. This idea to start a revolution also gave Cinder the idea to send a message to all the people of Luna. The rich people of Luna, but also the poor people on the outer sectors of Luna. Cinder told the people of Luna that she was actually Princess Celine, and that she was the person in charge of starting this revolution. Another scene that I liked in this book is when Wolf actually reunited with his mom, since in the previous book he was worried about his parents and wondering if his parents were alive or what happened to them. I also liked how Wolf's mom played a part in this revolution. Guards that were working for Queen Lavanna wanted to find Cinder and take her down and take her to Queen Lavanna because she stood up for Cinder, and other people in the outlying sectors of Luna followed with her and agreed to band with Cinder in order to take down Queen Lavanna. During this scene, though, the guards kill her since she was determined not to give up the identity of Cinder. But I'm glad that Wolf's mom stood up for Cinder and is one of the people of Luna who actually kind of started this revolution and made people realize that it was okay to stand up with Cinder and to stand against Queen Lavanna. Later on in the book, Queen Lavanna orders Jason to kill Winter, which I didn't like at all. She wants Winter out of the way since she hasn't really been useful towards her. Jason agrees in order to protect her, but when Jason does come to kill Winter, Winter says, "I'm glad it's you, Jason," and all this stuff. But Jason actually kills Winter's pet, Ryu, just when Winter thinks that Jason is about to kill her. She finally gets courage enough to kiss him, and after that Jason says, "When people are trying to kill you, don't just let him." Jason kisses her back and they have a sweet moment. I always knew that Jason might be harboring secret feelings for Winter. Another scene in this book that I enjoyed is when Levana disguises herself as like an old woman and she gives Winter a red candy. Winter comes down with this mutated version of the plague. So Cinder and Jason have to try to find Winter an antidote. So when Jason and Cinder find the LW12 antidote, Jason thinks that if he kisses her, she'll wake up after he gives her the antidote. So I liked the fact that these Snow White pieces were integrated into the story, since Winter is actually based off of the story of Snow White. Besides following Winter's story and the fact that Cinder is starting this revolution, we also learn that Wolf has been recruited by Queen Levana again, and he's been given even more wolf enhancements that make him even stronger as a wolf. I didn't like this part in the book at all. I thought that it was so wrong for Queen Levana to recruit Wolf again, after all that he's been through and all that he's tried to overcome. I felt bad for Wolf because of this, and I wasn't really sure what to make of his character with all these wolf enhancements. Because his wolf instincts were so strong, he didn't really have clear memories of Scarlet, and I was wondering if their relationship would change. We also have Thorn in this book, who tries at many moments over the course of the story to do the right thing and be the strong character that he can be for Cress. So when he kisses that woman in the security sector where Cress is, I wasn't sure what to make of that. I was shocked. We learn later on that the strange woman that Captain Thorn was kissing was actually a woman that he believed to be Cress, when he told the woman, "I think I'm in love with you." Captain Thorn was being manipulated by this lunar woman, and Captain Thorn thought he was seeing Cress. When Captain Thorn kisses Cress for real and shoves her into a table and a plant, I loved that moment between them. You could tell that his feelings for Cress are intense. I really liked Captain Thorn and Cress's relationship in this book, but I do have to say that Scarlet and Wolf are still my favorite out of all the couples in this series. I loved the confrontation that Cinder had with Queen Levana near the end of the book when they were in the throne room, and Queen Levana tells Cinder that her mom did cruel things to her when she was young, and that's why she is the way she is. I didn't like the fact that Queen Levana captured Captain Thorn in the throne room and was controlling him with her lunar gift. When Queen Levana has Captain Thorn on the ledge, I was on the edge of my seat. I really thought Captain Thorn was going to die, so I teared up when Captain Thorn tells Cinder to tell Cress that he meant it. This was a very sweet thing for Captain Thorn to say, and I so didn't want him to die during that scene. Captain Thorn was being manipulated by Queen Levana and forced him to stab Scarlet and Cinder. I didn't know what to make of that, but luckily Scarlet pulled through and Cinder killed Queen Levana. As I mentioned before, I liked Captain Thorn's growth in this book and the fact that he was really trying to be a good character and a good man for Cress. When Cinder was always freaking out about something in the book, Captain Thorn was always there to try to find a solution. Near the end of the book, after the Queen Levana showdown, I love how Captain Thorn and Cress discussed their relationship, and Thorn finally said that he loved Cress and that he would be there for her, and then he asked her to be part of his crew on the Rampion, which I thought was awesome. It would be so good if Captain Thorn and Cress traveled together and started to be a real good team. During this conversation, I fell for their relationship quite hard. That made me think that I loved their relationship just a little bit more than I do Wolf and Scarlet's relationship. It's impossible for me to choose. I think Captain Thorn and Cress are just a slight step above my love for Wolf and Scarlet. One of my other favorite scenes is when Jason and Winter are together and Jason is helping Winter wash after all that's happened to her, and he says, "You're stuck with me." I thought that this was a sweet moment in their relationship, and it definitely cemented Jason's feelings for Winter, since he's been by her side as her personal guard all of their lives. But this scene really cemented Jason's feelings for her, for sure. I really liked how this book wrapped up when Cinder calls a meeting between her and all of the other Earthen leaders. Cinder tells the Earthen leaders about the chip that her adopted father invented. This chip can be implanted into someone and prevents Lunars from using their gift, but also prevents them from the lunar sickness. This chip also prevents Earthens from being manipulated from the lunar gift. I also liked the fact that Cinder was strong. She was willing to give her evil stepmother, Adri, some compensation for her husband's invention. I think this was really brave of her. I also liked the final scene in this book when Cinder and Kai were talking about their relationship. Kai mentioned that he had to leave and go back to Earth since he was an emperor who's in charge of the Commonwealth. But he mentioned that if Cinder ever abdicates her throne, he asked her if she would be open to being his empress. And she said that she would be open to this someday. So I think there will definitely be positive things for Cinder and Kai in the future. And I also like the fact that Kai returned Cinder's foot, or the glass slipper. I felt that this was a good wrap up to their relationship and a good homage to Cinder, since she is the person that started this whole series. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. I loved the writing style in this book and how Marissa Meyer can effortlessly change points of view in this book, and I think that she did a very good job at creating emotional tension, whether it was emotional tension during action scenes or had to do with the characters' romantic relationships. Not a lot of authors can create emotional tension successfully, and Marissa Meyer definitely did an A+ job with this. This was an epic finale, and 5 out of 5 stars is definitely deserved. I can definitely see myself rereading this series and owning all the books in the series once Winter is released in paperback. Those are all of my thoughts on Winter and the series overall. This was a great series. I loved all of these fairy tale retellings. I don't often read YA high fantasy, but this fantasy series is one that I definitely enjoyed. Comment down below and tell me what your thoughts on Winter are if you've read this book. Did you have a favorite book in this series or a favorite relationship? Let me know down below. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!